Hey guys, today we will be working on number 904, which is fruit into baskets. So let's hear the description. You are visiting a farm that has a single row of fruit trees arranged from left to right. The trees are represented by an integer array fruits, where fruits I is the type of fruit the i's tree produces. You want to collect as much fruit as possible. However, the owner has some strict rules that you must follow. First, you only have 2 baskets, and each basket can hold a single type of fruit. There is no limit on the amount of fruit each basket can hold. You are starting from any tree of your choice. You must pick exactly 1 fruit from every tree, including the star tree, while moving to the right. The picked fruits must fit in one of your baskets. Once you reach a tree with fruit that cannot fit in your baskets, you must stop. So, given the integer array fruits, return the maximum number of fruits you can pick. So basically here, you are given an array, for example, 1 to 1. Each number here is a type of fruit. And the owner gave you 2 baskets. You can only pick 2 types of fruit. So in one basket you put 1, in the other basket you put 2, in the first basket again you put 1, and then you would basically have 3 returned, since that's the maximum number of fruits you can pick. And now they also tell you you must pick exactly 1 fruit from every tree while moving to the right. So if I come here, I pick 0, I put it in one basket, I put 1 in another basket, but now I'm having 2. I cannot take 2 while having 0 and 1. Then I remove 1, I put 2 in the basket where 0 was removed, then I put 2 again, and now I would have 1, 2, 2, and the answer would be 3. And same thing here. I put 1 in one basket, then I put 2 in another basket, then I have a different type of fruit. I cannot put it neither in 1 or 2, so I remove 1, so this is the first number here. Then I put the 3 there, then 2 I add to the same basket, and I will get the number 4 as a result. So this here, it's a typical sliding window number, and we can see it in the following drawing here. We're having these 2 examples, and we're having here example 2, which has 0, 1, 2, 2. And if I want to visualize this, as I said, you're starting with the number 0. So this is the first element. You put it in one basket. Then you go to number 1 while you are iterating in this array. You put 1 in another basket. But now suddenly you are having number 2. That's a different type of fruit. So now you need to remove 0 from that basket and put 2 instead. So we would be going from having 0, 1 here to then having 1, 2, 2, and returning the maximum number of 3. So this number is a sliding window number in which you are creating a window. So you go to number 0, then you go to number 1, then you come here, you see, okay, this is more than 2, so this is invalid now. And since it's invalid, I need to remove the left. And then I need to keep shrinking the window until it's valid so I can continue. So I remove 0, now it's valid, then I continue. Same thing here. I have 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. I put 1, Then I put 2. Suddenly I have 3. Now, this is invalid according to the condition of this problem. And since it's invalid, I remove the 1. Then, since I only have 1 here, so this would be completely removed. Then I have 2 and 3. Now this is valid. So I continue. Now I have 2, 3, 2. It's still valid. 2, 3, 2, 2. Again, it's still valid. So we get this answer here. And this is basically how a sliding window works. Like you're having, let's say, 1, 2, 3 window, but 1, 2, 3 is invalid. I remove the 1 and I keep going until the window is invalid again, so I can move the left again 1 step. But as long as the window is valid, there is no need to remove anything. Now let's check this in the code to understand it better. Here in this code, we can write the following now. To determine if the window is valid or invalid, I can use a map for that. So I can create scene map equal empty. Then, since I need to move from the left to the right, if first I need to loop, but I also need to remove any element that's invalid, so I create left equals 0 and max underscore value equals 0. Now I'm just looping, as I said in the drawing, we're just looping normally here. Now we need to enter, again, let's say we're having this 0, 1, 2, 2. How can I determine if I have more than 2 types of fruits in a basket? The best way is to add the frequency inside a map. So now I do fruits I equals scene underscore map dot get fruits I 0 plus 1. So now here I have 0, I've seen it once, I have 1, I've seen it once, then I have 2. Now the length of scene underscore map is more than 2, and that's invalid. So I put here while length of scene underscore map is greater than 2, I enter the loop. And as I said, we need to remove 0. We don't need 0 anymore. So what do? We come here and we do scene underscore map fruits I, fruits left, because left would be the 0, 1, minus equal 1, then if scene underscore map fruits left is equal to 0, then delete scene underscore map fruits left. Completely remove it. So here we're having 0, we've seen it only once. We come here, we do minus 1, then we would have in the map 0, 2 dots, 0. Then we completely remove it from the map. And now we do left plus equal to 1. Then at the end, outside of this loop, we need to calculate the max value, and we would do it like this. I minus left plus 1, and then we just return max underscore value. So if you can see here, again, let's check this here again. We're having 0, 1, 2, 2. We're entering this loop. We're having the map, so 0, 2 dots 1, 1, 2 dot 1, then 2, 2 dots 1. Now this here, it's invalid. And because it's invalid, it needs to enter the while loop. So now here the length of this map is greater than 2. We come here, as I said, we don't need the 0. This would become first in this first line. It would become like this. And now since there is no more zeros, when we put 0 here, it means we don't have any 0 anymore here. If we had like this, then the loop would keep going until this is removed, until we come here, the while loop. That's why we have a while loop here. So if we have something like this, let's see this first. Let's see this. If we have something like this, we would have here 0, 2, then 0, 1, because it enters -1, then it becomes 0, 1, left plus equal to 1, left becomes here, then it enters again. Is the length still greater than 2? Yes, it is. Indeed, it is greater than 2. It comes here. Now it's this -1. It becomes 0, 2.0. So now we don't have any 0. We delete the zeros completely. We would have 1, 2.1, and 2, 2.1. Left would be plus equal to 1. So left is equal to 2 now. It's at element 1. So it's here. We calculate the length, which is I minus left. So left is at 2. And then I is also at 2, this at here. And then we just do +1. Then again we enter the loop here. We add the following 2's. So we add this one here, and so on. So this is why we have this loop here, to remove any element that would be invalid to the condition of this question, and to increment left in case later on we're having more numbers here. And at the end, we just get the length from where we are, from where I is, minus where left is. So if left is here and I is here, so this is 2 plus 1, it's 3. And then we return the max value. So if we run this, we can see it's accepted. Now if we submit, we can also see that it's working. It's a working solution, and this is also a typical sliding window where you would need to basically remove from the left when the condition is invalid and keep going to the right until you have looped over all the elements, and then just return, in this case, the maximum number of fruits you can pick, so the maximum length that you can get here. And that's it, guys. I hope you understood this question, and I hope you understood what a sliding window is and how to solve this, and see you in the next video.